Hey there, my name is Daniela. I'm the therapist Nomad. Welcome back to my channel. As I said in my previous video, I was supposed to be in Romania now. However, the authorities of Romania did not let me in as a US citizen, so take note of that. We had to reroute our trip to Greece and we had to travel by land because the airline did not let us travel either. Therefore, we're here in Greece and I'm not complaining at all. And of course, my first video in Athens had to be about the Acropolis. And that's because it's one of the most important cultural sites, not only in Greece, but in the entire world. Hey everyone.
Hello.
We are on our mission to get to the Acropolis. We just had delicious Indian food. It was a crazy feast. We're how many minutes away?
11 minutes uphill in the sun.
11 minutes uphill in the sun. We're burning those calories. I'll put the name of the restaurant where we ate. It was delicious and we can't wait to get there.
So this looks pretty cool. Odeon of Herodotus, Atticus. I want to check it out, but we don't have much time. And Danny says we must go on to Acropolis, so I guess we'll come back another day. There's a horse. Wow, beautiful.
This is where you get your tickets. There are tourist guides that you can pay for your tourist adventure at the Acropolis, and here we go. By the way, the tickets are 40 euros. Which we find it to be a little bit expensive, but anything to go into the Acropolis, so let's go. The term Acropolis comes from the Greek words akron, which means highest point, and polis, which means city. The term Acropolis is generic, and there are other Acropolis in Greece. However, the Acropolis of Athens is the best known. I want to give you a tourist tip. The Acropolis is the hill, and the famous building on top is called the Parthenon, which is a temple dedicated to Athena.
Let me tell you about the South Slope. Now I'm not reading this, I have it memorized because I'm a history major, University of Pennsylvania. These are just my notes. I'm not going to read directly off the paper, okay? So the South Slope being occupied by So the South Slope, being occupied by significant sanctuaries, the theater and odeia of the ancient city, attracted a large number of citizens throughout its long history. Established already since the 6th century BC, the sanctuary of Dionysius Epheterius was one of the main centers of the cult of the god Dionysius in Attica, where the festival of the great or city Dionysia was celebrated, and the homonymous theater was also built, in which the plays of the great dramatists of antiquity were taught. The theater was in operation since the 6th century BC, originally intended for the religious events associated with the god's worship.
Alright guys, as you can tell, the entrance of the Acropolis is through the South Slope, and in there you can find the Odeon of Herodotus, Atticus, and since Nico already gave you some history on that, I will tell you a little more about the Acropolis of Athens. It was initially populated around the Neolithic era, and during the Mycenaean times it was fortified with walls that protected the officers of the army. Later, in the place of the palace, there was built a temple dedicated to the gods of Poseidon and Athena, which was destroyed during the Archaic era twice, and it was rebuilt a second time at the beginning of the 5th century BC. With the rise of Christianity after Constantine the Great, the Parthenon became a church. After the fall of Rome to the Turks, the Acropolis was transformed into a Muslim place of worship, and the Parthenon became a mosque. Following the War of Independence of 1821 CE, the Greeks reclaimed the Acropolis and attempted to restore it to what it used to be. If you find the Acropolis impressive today, just imagine how it was when it was constructed in the Golden Age, when it was full of life and colors. This beautiful monument that you see behind me is the Propylaea, which is the official monumental entrance to the sanctuary of the Acropolis. Isn't it beautiful? Wow, take a look. This is how this part used to look. There was the statue of Athena Promachos right here. And we're gonna find out what happened to it because something must have happened. So what happened to the statue?
So the statue of Athena was torn down, and they don't know exactly how it looked because we never got a visual of it. But they're saying right here, this is their estimate of how it could have looked. According to coins from the Roman period, there was little images on the coins of the statue. And this is how it looks like. Focusing on that. How
they believe it could have looked like, which seems pretty nice, but it was supposed to be here.
9 meters tall.
9 meters tall. Interesting. Let's see what else we discover. There's a theory that says that the word Parthenos is an ancient Greek word that means virgin. According to this theory, the name of the Parthenon means the temple of the virgin goddess, and it refers to the cult of Athena Parthenos, who was the patron goddess of the city of Athens and the goddess of wisdom. The Parthenon was built under the instructions of Pericles, the political leader of Athens in the 5th century BC, and it was constructed between 447 and 438 BC. The Parthenon is often called the world's most perfect building. Architectural tricks like a slight angling of the temple pedestal correct the optical impression that the building sags in the middle, and barrel-like curves on the columns counteract the illusion that they are actually narrow in the middle. So in a way, one will say that the Parthenon is perfection, and is only achieved through a series of deliberate imperfections. Next to the Parthenon, you will find the Erechtheion, which is an Ionic temple made of marble, which honored Athena and several other gods and heroes. It's best known for its porch supported by 6 caryatid maiden statues. Towards the end of the Acropolis, if you stand by where the flag stands, you're gonna take an amazing 360 view to the city of Athens. If you look to your left, you will see the Mount Lysabetos rising from the neighborhood of Kolonaki, with the Hilton and the Athens Tower at Ambelokipi in the distance. The largest green area is a national gardens. You have to go there. In summary, the monuments that you will see at the Acropolis include the Parthenon, the Propylaea, the Temple of Athena Nike, the Erechtheion, and the statue of Athena Promachos. Okay guys, this is the West Gate, which is located at the west of the Propylaea and is part of the fortification of the Acropolis, which reinforced the vulnerable west slope in the 3rd century AD. At that time, the Acropolis acquired the form of a castle where one could enter through this gate at the west part and through a second gate located southwest of the Propylaea, which is not preserved. The West Gate was built on the base of a monumental marble stairway which leads to the Propylaea. Take a look. This is the north slope, and right now we're gonna get some Gatorade. We're so thirsty. Like, we haven't drank any water in the last hour and a half, and it's, no kidding, 90 degrees outside. Although it's breezy here in Greece, which is so nice, we're still in crazy need of hydration. Yep, and after this we're gonna get back to work because that's how we do it as digital nomads. Okay, we're getting here some orange juice in front of the Acropolis. It's a little expensive, €9 for 2 fresh orange juices. but they're very good. Don't make our mistakes though. Go to the Acropolis with a bottle of water so you're not super thirsty and have to leave earlier than you should. Cheers. The Acropolis has been under restoration for years and years. The restoration service includes architects, archaeologists, chemical engineers, and civil engineers. An interesting fact that you would like to know is that an Englishman named Lord Elgin removed artifacts from the Parthenon, which are now on display at the British Museum of London. He has claimed that the Turkish authorities gave him permission to do this. The Greek government has demanded that the Parthenon marbles should be returned to them to be displayed at the new Acropolis Museum. This has not happened yet. Well guys, this is it for my visit to the Acropolis. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I can't wait to show you more of my adventures in Greece. I will be uploading more videos next week. See you soon!